Hello and welcome to the Sports 2.0 show. I'm your host, Jaya Williams, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. I'm here with my classmate and University of Miami linebacker, Ryan Ragone. Ryan, how are you doing today?
How you doing?
So, Ryan, I have you on the show today because obviously everyone's been talking about this new NIL deal. So, just starting off, what was your initial reaction to this news? What does it mean to you?
My initial reaction was more so I was thinking of all the families that it's going to help out. Because there's tons of people on our team that send money back to their families, pay bills for their families, and they're left with nothing, in their pockets. It allows us to kind of live comfortably.
And so, for you personally, are you happy about this because of what it means for you and your family?
100%. I try and help out as much as I can, and I know I'll be able to help out more so now and be more comfortable on my end too.
Another reason that this is a big thing for you is because you're actually starting a podcast with the quarterback at our school, Derek King, the King and Ragone show. Why did you guys decide to create this podcast?
So, for the longest, athletes, they've never really had a voice or an opinion in things. And just now you see, the past few years, major league teams, NBA, baseball, all sports, soccer and things like that, they all have a voice now and people are starting to listen. Well, I think it's about time they start listening to college players too.
And this would never even be possible without the NIL deal. So whose idea was it to create this podcast?
So originally it was mine, and I was like talking to Derek, telling him, hey, I'd love to bring you on. It's gonna help with viewers. And then we started talking about it, and I mean, me and Derek are very close friends, and we're like, you know what, let's do this together. He thought it was a great idea, and it could help both of us.
And how does the monetary aspect of this podcast work? I know especially in Miami, there's so many different brands and opportunities. So how does the money-making aspect of this work?
So, companies will come to us and basically say, hey, I'll give you $500, $1,000 per episode if you promote, our gym, our brand, our whatever, So obviously, we'll give them a shout out on the show, and that's basically how it'll go, Instagram, social media posts and things like that.
I mean, how's working on the podcast going?
It's good. It's been good. It's been difficult too.
Really?
Yes, it's like bittersweet, I guess you would say. Yeah, I mean, trying to get it going was very hard, but now that we know how to do everything.
What would you say the biggest challenges were?
Man, everything on the computer,
the technical side of it.
Yeah, I'm not really a big tech guy,
Yeah, that's true. It does take an adjustment for sure. What can listeners expect from this podcast? What's your overall goal when you guys were creating this?
Well, one, for the people to get to know me and Derek, like not just what they see, but the personal side of things they don't get to see. I think people would like to see that, and the everyday lives of athletes. We want people to hear our voice and know, I guess, that we're heard about things we're not really heard on usually.
So you said that you tried to film your first episode. You're going to redo it. Can you give the viewers a little sneak peek into what they can expect for episode 1? I know it's a very highly anticipated podcast. So what can you tell us?
You're going to hear stories about me and Derek in high school. A lot of people know that we both come from Houston, but people don't know that we played against each other in high school. A few times too.
Really?
Yeah, so I mean, he grew up like 10-15 minutes from me, so I mean, we weren't necessarily friends back then. I mean, their teams beat up on us a lot, so we weren't too friendly. But I mean, there's some funny stories about when we played against each other, and his name back then, Johnny Manville or something like that, they used to call him. Just personal stuff like that.
personal stuff about your upbringings.
And then we'll go into the NIL thing for the first episode. And well, we may talk about this because some fans were on Twitter talking about y'all need to discuss it. The McGregor fight the other night. Me and Derek were going back. Yeah, we were going back and forth.
Talk about that for a second.
We were going back and forth on Twitter, and fans were eating it up. So yeah, we might go ahead and discuss that as well.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. That's what you can expect for episode 1 of the King and Ragone show. I know I'm looking forward to hearing the first episode, as are a lot of you guys. But that is all we have today for the Sports 2.0 show. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you, Ryan, for coming on and joining me. We'll go ahead and see you guys next time. Thank you for listening.